Let me see your fucking head!
Every officer will tell you that they have some form of bad dream or nightmare as it relates to policing. For some officers, it's that they have their firearm and their rounds just go straight to the ground when they're trying to engage someone. For other officers, it's a foot pursuit that they just can't catch up on the suspect. And for some officers, it's that a violent subject is coming at them, discharging a firearm in their direction, and they can't get out of the way. This is one of those.
433. Yes, well, we just spoke to the caller. He said that he last saw the individual in the area. So any units coming into the area, no lights, no sirens. We think he's gonna step out of Pudgy soon. Don't spook him away.
So in the original video, it looks like the officers are looking for an armed subject to discharge their firearm at another person some days prior, and this person that they're looking for is likely armed.
The male is still in the area. Please tell me no lights, no sirens.
Stay away. We're not driving in front of it. We're trying to give it a second. You just talked to my caller. You just talked to my caller about a dude that him a couple weeks ago? Okay. Do you know what this guy looks like? He didn't give a very good description. There it is. That's him. That's him. That's him. No, stay in the car. Hold on.
Description. 433.
Hold on. Get a car. Open the car. Open the car. Keep your hands up. Get out of the car. Get out of the car. Get out of the car.
Okay, high level stuff. A couple things I like to mention. Chicago PT, majorly large police department. They get involved in a lot of stuff. We're looking for an armed suspect. So that positioning of the second vehicle to the left is definitely in the line of fire if the guy decides to engage him. And I know sometimes officers elect to block in, something to definitely take into consideration. Another thing, we know we're going for someone, having a plan and knowing who is going to be the person that gives command. One voice, because conflicting commands can cause challenges. We heard the commands, show me your hands, get out of the vehicle. So if someone says show hands, to get out of the vehicle, you have to kind of obscure your hands at some point. And does an officer mistake that for an act or an aggression? So one voice and knowing what those commands are. So it's incredibly important that we get that. I noticed that the officer had a breaching tool, which is very, very cool. He was able to breach the window. But what I did notice is that the officer transitioned from the firearm to the breaching tool in the dominant hand. If we breach, we want to breach with the support hand so that, especially with an armed subject, that we can go to lethal if we need to. We have lethal coverage from others, but we want to be able to rely upon ourselves if necessary. We don't know what can happen with another officer firearm. This is so far really high level stuff.
Southbound from where? Southbound on Brainerd. Charlie Union 60550. Where you out of here?
433, he's driving recklessly down Brainerd towards Avenue O.
Southbound on Brainerd towards Avenue O. 424, go ahead.
33 is going to happen.
So you hear me mention pursuit considerations all the time. Under the circumstance, you look at the traffic, you look at the time of day, all of the things the officer mentioned, and the crime of the suspect also definitely matters. And this is a high-level felony that they're chasing this person after.
33, he's on the road on Brainerd going towards Indiana past Avenue O.
On the road towards Indiana past Avenue O.
Notify Hammond.
10-4, and that plate was Charlie Union 60550.
433, he just entered Indiana.
33, are you still pursuing the vehicle?
10-4.
Available Sergeant of 4.
433, he just wrecked on Dearborn.
433.
433, he just wrecked on Dearborn.
Let me see your fucking head! Let me see your head!
On Dearborn. I'll give him 433 say he wrecked. Last thing going down Brainerd.
433, 10-1, shots fired! Let me see your head!
433, Fire Brainerd in
He's still shooting, still up. Hold it fire, hold it fire.
430.
We're put.
420. 433.
433. He is at the corner of Gosselin and Dearborn. He is still armed. He is on the ground.
433 at the corner of Dobson and Dearborn.
Gosselin and Dearborn, he is on the corner.
Corner of Dobson and Dearborn, clear the air.
Southeast corner. Southeast corner. He's on the ground, still armed.
Okay, so suspect's still not in custody, but there's some things I want to talk about that are really breathtaking if you look at this. So here we see the officer exits his vehicle towards the suspect and then elects to not utilize cover and go straight to the suspect and gets involved in a gunfight. There are two officers that engage the suspect. The suspect is aggressing the officers and facing gunfire. This is the nightmare scenario, and the suspect's not going down. Arm extended, discharging his firearm at the officers. What makes this even more of a nightmare is the first officer trips over debris, not behind cover. The second officer runs into a pole with the suspect right behind him and falls. And the suspect is still standing. The officer still is in the fight. But this is a nightmare scenario for an officer when you're exposed like this in these kinds of situations. Ideally, and again, I know I'm not there, but ideally, this is a situation for containment, cover, and communication. Containing the suspect where the suspect is supposed to be. Officers remaining behind cover in case they get engaged with a person who they believe to be armed, and communicating with arriving officers and officers on the scene what is our plan. This is a nightmare type of scenario, seeing these officers fall like this and being exposed to this gunfire. And here we see all of these different vehicles that continue to come through this area where there's gunfire going back between officers and the suspect. So this video is really interesting because there's another point of view of the officers' interaction from the very beginning of the stop.
Hold on. Get a car.
Open the car.
Open the car.
Keep your hands up. Get out of the car. Get out of the car. Get out of the car.
Emergency Charlie Union 60550. Please.
433. He just wrecked on Dearborn.
Let me see your fucking head. Let me see your head.
On Dearborn. I'll give it 433 say he wrecked. Last thing going down Brainerd.
433, 10-1, 10-1 shots fired. Let me see your head.
433 Fire Brainerd in the
He's still shooting, still up. Hold it fire, hold it fire.
So we see the cars going by. I believe that's why the officer said, hold your fire. The suspect is still attempting to engage the officers. You don't know if you noticed it. Here you can see that the officer is on the move doing a tactical reload. And if you listen to the background, the suspect saying, kill me, kill me. Again, this is just a nightmare type of scenario.
433, he is at the corner of Gosselin and Dearborn. He is still armed. He is on the ground.
433 at the corner of Dobson and Dearborn.
Gosselin and Dearborn, he is on the corner.
Corner of Dobson and Dearborn, clear the air.
Southeast corner. Southeast corner. He's on the ground, still armed.
433 Southwest corner, Dobson and Dearborn, his arms still on the ground. All units head that way, clear the air. 433, we got more units headed your way. 432, I see you. 424.
I see him.
You can see how quickly things have gotten out of control here. And in a moment, you're going to see officers find themselves in an extraordinarily dangerous situation. But danger takes many different forms. And recently, I've learned one of the most powerful ones is online. You see, Every year, millions of people have their confidential information leaked online. And as we speak, there are possibly hundreds of websites trying to sell your information. And that's on top of all of the places that your data is already exposed and ready for the taking. However, Incogni works by scraping the internet to find exactly where you're exposed and immediately sends takedown demands to help wipe your information in just days. And setting up an account is as simple as registering and authorizing them to work on your behalf. And once you've done that, Incogni will go to work scrubbing all your information from those websites. And often there's a lot more information out there than people realize. Plus, with their new unlimited custom removal feature, you can request specific links. And Incogni's privacy team will take care of them for you. And I know just how dangerous having your information out there can be. I actually had someone impersonate me in order to extort a close family member. So take your personal data back with Incogni and use code Sergeant Curtis by scanning the QR code or through the link below to get 60% off the annual plan.
He's on this corner, southeast corner! He's still has the gun in front of him!
Southeast corner of Dobson and Dearborn.
Still has the gun in front of him!
That's a
433.
433.
Damn it!
heard him.
Hold the air, 433.
We got guns on the ground. And Gosling and Dearborn in corner, right by the sheep pole.
Watch flagging! Watch flagging!
Right.
Stay behind the rails!
How I am, Gosling.
Hey,
Gosling.
watch flagging! Stay down behind those barricades!
So this is really, incredible. When you think about this, you've got two different states. So officers working from apparently two different jurisdictions. The dispatcher's trying to control all of this stuff with this high level thing going on. An armed subject that just did what he did to the officers. And this is just some degree of controlled chaos that the officers are trying to wrangle in. And it's impressive to see that after getting that close to being hit, the officer is still able to handle directing the other officers.
Hold the air.
We need help you.
10-4-424, we got him rolling Gosling and Dearborn.
There's nobody else in there.
424.
I don't know.
424 in custody. 424, standing on us over here now.
424, 10-4, is that the offender that's down?
10-4.
10-4.
So I want you to look at this again. The officer to the right of the screen and the citizens are to the left driving through, and obviously they see the police cars with the lights on and everything, and people that still drive through this. So the officers have to take into consideration where their rounds are going to end up, because if they engage this guy from this position, those cars that continue to drive through this crime scene are in some degree of peril. If ever you're in that type of situation, turn around and go the other way. It's definitely the best option.
I see him. He's on this corner, southeast corner! He still has the gun in front of him!
Southeast corner of Dobson and Dearborn.
Still has the gun in front of him! 433.
Damn it!
Heard him.
Hold the air, 433.
We got guns on the ground.
You see this one car here, the one person that's using their brain, I'm gonna back up. I'm not gonna continue to go towards this situation. Shout out to that person.
He's right here! I got flagging! He's on the corner, Watch flagging! Don't fucking move!
Right.
Stay behind the
Chicago police, don't fucking move! How I am, Gosling.
Chicago police, don't fucking move! You hear
Yes.
me? Do not fucking move! Watch flagging! Chicago police! Behind those barricades! Do not fucking move! 424, we need ambulance over here. Bill and Spanish shot multiple times.
Hold the air.
We need EMS over here. 424, we need ambulance. Cover me. I got him, I'm covered, you're covered.
424, we got him
I
rolling
see the gun
Gosling and
right there.
Dearborn.
Check for another gun on him. Pull that other arm out, Valansky, pull that. There's something in his hand,
424.
I don't know. 424 in custody. 424, send his ambulance over here now. Kick it up.
424, 10-4, is
Pick
that
up,
the
don't pick it up. Put it on the ground. You should have left it on the ground. You got it already. You got it. Put it in the bag. 424 in custody. Where's he shot at?
424.
We got a surrender in. Someone pull out some fucking medicine. Where is it?
So far, go ahead.
Where's he shot? In the stomach.
In custody. Okay, a lot of things went on with this. This is one of the most high-level things that we've seen in quite some time. So some things I definitely want to address. Again, the citizens driving through, seeing all of those armed officers approaching a situation, and the white vehicle here that we see continues to just drive through where this is a credible crossfire situation because they want to see what's going on. This is not a scene that you want to drive through. Something especially interesting for aspiring officers is that most people don't realize that there is a person that will aggress you even if you are discharging your firearm at them. This is something a lot of people have not seen before. This subject was 100% committed to attacking those officers, and we saw what they had to deal with. The officers assembled an arrest team. The arrest team approached the suspect, made sure the suspect was nullified and was not going to create another threat to the officers or anyone else, took the suspect into custody, and immediately you heard them going to rendering medical aid to the subject. Now, here's an interesting thing that always occurs in these scenes, especially when the suspect discharges a firearm. You cannot keep the firearm near the suspect, but it's evidentiary, and you have to make sure you preserve the evidence. So you heard initially the female officer, they said, pick up the firearm. Then someone said, don't touch it, and then put it in a bag. In a lot of these fast-moving dynamic situations, it becomes critical and it will get challenged. But the number one priority is that the suspect does not regain control of the firearm. And that's one of the things that you saw occurring there. I know most of you are going to notice it. There was a female officer, did not have a tactical bun. When you see a tactical bun, you know there is a degree of tactical proficiency in the officer that takes the time to put their hair in a tactical bun. Radio discipline. The dispatcher mentioned multiple times, clear the air. Adrenaline is like kryptonite to radio discipline. And I have done it multiple times where you've got this adrenaline and you feel the desire to jump on the radio and say things. Making sure that the things that you say on the radio are prudent to what's going on and necessary is incredibly important.
Here, move. Let's work together. Let's work together.
433?
It's okay.
433,
He shot at these guys and these guys shot back. Where's the shit? Can you guys block traffic for us? Lay him down. Lay him down. Right here, right here.
Were you the officer that shot fired the shot?
Let me get this side. Sorry. Somebody, get something on the arm. I got you. 424, there's a weapon over here.
424, where they're located?
Right next to the weapon. Someone sit on that. Do not touch it. She already grabbed it.
10-4, by the time stamp for the shots fired on the state 1759.
Grab his info. He's a witness. Push it ready. Go on.
432, any room? Two ambulances for
You're a witness. You saw this, didn't you? I see it like 3 weeks ago. You guys got all his info?
432,
So in the background, what I'm hearing is that the person who was the victim of the initial incident is on the scene and is talking to the officers and is telling the officers that this was the person that him.
Chest seal. Get a time serve. Chest seal applied.
4290.
6 o'clock. He's the victim. He's the victim.
Do you see the degree that the officers on the scene, before medical even gets there, are doing chest seals on a person who was discharging a firearm, trying to take the life of an officer? The professionalism in policing doesn't get showcased or highlighted enough. As much as I have my constructive criticism of challenges that I see on scenes, the professionalism, I just see it through and through so many times. A person, in what other career do you see where a person is attempting to take your life and that you have to then render medical aid to save their life?
He's the victim from the original.
Yeah, can we get a rough idea of where exactly this is? I don't know those streets.
Hammond, Gosling and Dearborn, Hammond. We're in Hammond, Indiana.
424.
Dearborn Avenue and Gosling.
George,
Sam, Tom,
Lincoln, Ida, Nora.
Dearborn Avenue.
Dearborn Avenue. We're in Hammond, Indiana.
Oh yeah,
Straight up Raider. Straight up Raider.
Do you see any other holes on his legs? Keep looking. Roll on the side. And grab us for
424, time stamp 1800.
433. Chest seals applied.
Weapon recovered. Who has the weapon recovered? 432, what?
Is that police? No. Here, I don't see any.
432.
I think we're passing by the fucking house.
432 is 1801 for the pass.
424, slow it down.
We need ambulance block traffic.
We need ambulance. I don't see any other holes on his legs. Does anybody see any other holes on his chest?
421, stand by, hold the air. We in Hammond, we're in Chicago.
Where's the other
Gasoline on Dearborn Avenue.
Is it Hammond, Indiana, or Chicago?
Hammond. Hammond on Dearborn.
We got this. 424, I need an ambulance.
424 Hammond has been notified.
The shot fired by the police.
Ambulance here? Huh? You want
By the police, 433.
At the police? At the police? At the police, by the police, right? At the police, by the police.
Over here on this side, bro.
Not that I see.
Alright. We got 2 chest seals. Alright, hold on.
Where's the chest
That
seal?
one's more important. Move the chest seal. It's already falling up. I'm gonna pack it.
I don't have a gun.
433.
Is this someone's knife right here?
Yeah, somebody cut his
That's
teeth
my
short.
knife. Okay.
433. I need to know if the shots were fired in Chicago or not.
He's gasping. Where the fuck is that ambulance at?
If you heard that radio traffic, but it was really interesting that dispatcher was asking if the shots were fired in the Chicago side or in the Indiana side, and then an officer clarified where the shots were fired. That brings me to something that I'd like to discuss because it's really interesting because a lot of people wonder what happens if something starts in one state and a pursuit goes to another state. So there's 2 things to take into consideration. There's a thing called the Uniform Act on Fresh Pursuit, and there are things that are taken into consideration, and there's another thing called mutual aid, where departments that from state to state or jurisdiction to jurisdiction have a mutual aid agreement where they'll assist. Well, if it's a pursuit, for the most part, you'll let the neighboring jurisdiction or state know that, hey, it's going into your state, and then that state will pick up. But sometimes that can't happen. And there's this thing that was created way back when, the Uniform Act of Fresh Pursuit. If you ever watch shows where you feel like the police have to slam on their brakes when they hit a state line and the bootleggers got away, well, that just really wasn't reasonable. So there is this act, and it varies from state to state, where the police can go into other neighboring jurisdictions, especially when they have mutual aid agreements and this Uniform Act of Fresh Pursuit. There are 4 things that they want to look at when you're doing these pursuits. In most jurisdictions, lawful beginning, immediate pursuit, continuous pursuit, and qualifying crime. Let's start from the end. It's got to be something that's going to be a felony. It's not going to be something that minor for the most part. That it has to be fresh, so immediate and continuous. You can't stop and start it later. For legal people, especially in other jurisdictions that have a different type of policy, please share in the comment section because they evolve, they change, and they're different regionally, and it's really interesting to learn those types of things.
Alright, so we got 2 chest seals. Alright, hey, just so anybody's asking, we packed a chest wound. We got 2 chest seals and a tourniquet, plus packed gauze to the left forearm.
Yeah, 32's got it.
Do we know where the ambulance is? Holy shit. Yeah, you're good. I mean, just try not to touch nothing. No, it's alright. Yeah.
Okay, so you saw the Chicago police were the primary. In this other jurisdiction, you also saw on the scene the Indiana police. And there is a Chicago Police Department news release regarding this incident. I'm going to read from it. On Thursday, May 8th, 2025, at approximately 5:49, 4th District officers responded to a person with a gun call. Officers arrived at the above location where they were fired upon and returned fire, striking the offender. The offender sustained gunshot wounds and was transported to St. Catherine Hospital, where he was pronounced. Both officers were transported to nearby hospital for observation in good condition. No other injuries were reported. One firearm was recovered from the scene. The investigative response team assisting Hammond Police Department, that's the Indiana Police Department, one of those nightmare type scenarios where the officers are engaged in gunfire from a person who's coming directly at them. A lot of things to learn from these, and these are excellent learning tools, especially for new officers. Containment, cover, and communication. Necessarily in that order, but those are the 3 things for sure that you want to have, especially when you have potentially an armed subject that you can contain. And continue on with what I had mentioned. I've been receiving these challenge coins, and I just wanted to share all all of the love and support I've been getting from other LEOs sending me challenge coins. I hope that it focuses properly. This is a Gwinnett County Police Department. I was sent this, and I'm not gonna say the name unless you tell me to say the name, but this was sent to me from a sergeant from Gwinnett County, and I showcased it on this episode. And as I get these, I hope to be able to have the opportunity to feature other departments as well. And if you'd like to send coins, I'm more than happy to honorably and respectfully and humbly accept them. So thank you. If you like this kind of content, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and click on the video that's on your screen for more content just like this. And don't forget to sign up for Incogni to protect your personal information by scanning the QR code that's on your screen, or by using code Sergeant Curtis at checkout for 60% off an annual plan.